Tim, firstly, how are you? It's been a tough start for Fulham. How are you finding things?
Yeah, it's been difficult, like you said, but we're working away every day, trying to put things right and trying to turn results around and get points as quick as we can from here on out.
And you're back in the Premier League for the second time with Fulham. It's always interesting to speak to people who've experienced the Championship and then come back up to the Premier League. Do you notice a real step up in the level?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the quality at every single position on the pitch of every team, and it's head and shoulders above the Championship, and the margins are so small in the Premier League that you can't get away with switching off even for a second, to where in the Championship you can kind of take little breathers here and there, and at this level in the Premier League it's just impossible to do.
And how does it compare to last time you were in the Premier League? Do you think it's tougher?
No, it's similar. I don't think it's any tougher. The level of work is the same. If you push yourself about and do as much as you possibly can, and I think it's not a tougher league. It's tougher. We're tougher on ourselves. So we're making it tougher for ourselves and making it tougher in training to try to get ourselves out of this hole.
And with the results as well, how do you come back in on a Monday after obviously a loss at the weekend and make sure you and all the team remain positive?
Yeah, I mean we talk about it immediately after the match, and we analyze and we look at video and see where we've gone wrong, and we talk a lot about just sticking together, because we're not going to get any outside help. It's all about us in the changing room and the coaching staff. So it's kind of like, I mean, it is a bubble per se with everything going on, but we try to keep ourselves within a bubble and just keep on each other and keep pushing each other to stay positive and stick together.
And manager Scott Parker, what advice has he given to the team?
Yeah, just that. Stick together. The harder you work, the more results we believe will come, and he's very much about working every single day and working hard and putting things right immediately. So that's what we're trying to do and what we're working on.
And you signing Anthony Robinson said that you convinced him to sign for Fulham. What exactly did you say?
Just was being honest with him. We after each game we'd played him the last season, 2 seasons. Guys had come off impressed. I think the coaches had come off impressed with his work rate and his ability up and down the left side, and I just told him it was a great place to come, not only for Americans but young players in general to develop and really make a name for themselves.
And you yourself have been at Fulham just for over 5 years now, and you've been through the ups and the downs. What does the club mean to you?
Yeah, it's home, it's family. I've been here, like you said, going on 6 years, and it's somewhere that I've felt comfortable from day one. It's got obviously a rich history with Americans being here, and being down and where we're living. There's a lot of Americans, expats who are living over here for doing different jobs, and we've met a lot through school. So it feels like home. It feels safe, it's comfortable, and my wife's happy, so that's the most important thing.
And you take on West Brom this weekend, a familiar side from the Championship. What have you made of their start to the season?
Yeah, similar to ours. They found it difficult, and I think most teams who do get promoted find it challenging. They've had some decent games, and a few decent performances. Again, similar to us, but find themselves, down thereabouts with the rest of us. So, they're in the same position. Like I said, it's no different than it's almost like looking in a mirror.
And Fulham are actually unbeaten in their 9 last meetings with West Brom, and West Brom haven't won away at Fulham in the league since 1967. With given stats like that, do you feel that this kind of has a more positive impact on your thoughts going into the game?
No, they're just stats. You can look at numbers and look at dates and look at all-time meetings and all that, and once the whistle blows, once you cross the white line, it all goes out the window. We don't really focus on those kind of the history and the stats and all that. We focus on what we can and what we can control, and we try not to worry about what's going on in the past.
And who do you think their main strengths and threats will be from West Brom for you?
That's a great question. We haven't really sat down and analyzed as a squad yet. We'll sit down and have meetings tomorrow and what's today, Tuesday? Yeah, tomorrow and Thursday, and really get down to the bare bones and the nitty gritty and figure out where we can exploit them and where their strengths are.
And moving on to Thanksgiving as well, what would be your plans celebrating Thanksgiving this year?
Oh, that's a great question. We usually just celebrate with amongst ourselves. My wife, 3 kids, myself. We'll order in a nice big turkey and all the trimmings and sit down and have a nice quiet Thursday night Thanksgiving meal.
What would your advice be to people celebrating Thanksgiving abroad in another country? How can they make the best of it?
I think just keep up the traditions that you grew up with. For us, it's like I said, there's not any parades over here like there would be on Thanksgiving, but making it a special morning, midday, having just doing something different than the everyday kind of life, and having a nice sit down meal with the family, which seems hard to do these days. But yeah, with not being able to celebrate with anybody, it's a little bit difficult.
And do you have like a kind of a schedule for the day that you kind of do?
Well, since there's no Thanksgiving here, we have training, but yeah, we normally wake up and go out and go for a little hike, take the dogs out and just get out of the house, burn off some energy, and come back, watch a Christmas movie, because once Thanksgiving hits, that's when we kind of focus on Christmas, and then you sit down and have a giant meal and eat too much food and go to bed a little bit heavier and a little bit more tired.
That sounds lovely. And talking about the food as well, I read somewhere about sweet potato and marshmallows. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is. It's not something that we do, but it is. You just mash up some sweet potato and put some marshmallows over the top, and it's like a little candy coating on top of it. Like I said, it's not something that a tradition of either my wife's or my family, but we do know friends who like to have that with their turkey.
And is there any other kind of specialities?
There's what they call a cranberry sauce, but it's not really sauce. It's basically just cranberry jelly and comes straight out of a tin can. You sit on a plate, slice it up. That's a big one. Stuffing. It's a little bit different than what you would do over here, but you take all the sounds gross, but the insides of the turkey, the neck and that kind of thing, chop them up and throw some celery and in with what would be your normal stuffing here. And then my wife does a good green bean casserole, and that's just green beans and some type of like Campbell's condensed soup and throw some crispy onion straws on top of it. That's very nice.
You've made me very hungry. And moving on, women's football weekend's coming up on the international break. Your wife, Kristen, who's also a former soccer player, I read she's your biggest critic and biggest supporter. I absolutely love that. What advice has she given you?
The best one is, I can't really say it here, but then the ending is, the beginning is score a goal and the end is don't score an own goal. But then she's the biggest critic, and because she knows so much about the game, played it for so long, you're not sneaking anything by her, and she'll she'll follow along and make sure that I know. She does. She makes sure that I know the good things that I've done, but then she follows it up with the things that I haven't done so well. So, yeah, I mean, I think now with my age, it's more just, go out there and do what I do, and have fun, and making them proud and the kids proud is what I focus on the most.
And you're also Fulham's female football ambassador. How did that role come about for you?
Just that, because of my wife. The foundation, who obviously runs the female side, knew that my wife played, and that's how we met, and they just asked me to kind of step in and be that ambassador, and happy to do it, really. I think anytime you can branch out and you can put yourself into different positions and help different, the female or the youth side, or anything in general and in life, you can put yourself out there and give your expertise or put your face there, and help out as I'm happy to do and happy to contribute.
And just how far do you think the women's game has come since you come to England in 2012?
Yeah, to be honest, when I first came over, I don't know that there was really anything. There was no coverage. There was no communication. Nothing that I had seen. And now you easily find games that are on TV and you can watch. I think it was it over the first weekend where they had the two women's teams playing, when they had the Community Shield that weekend as well. So they had the Women's FA Cup on and all sorts. So yeah, it's obviously come a long way, and long may that continue, and hopefully they can continue to put more and more games on and showcase to the world what they can do.
Thank you. And I'm going to move on to our second feature now, called No Train No Gain, and it's kind of quick fire fun questions. So first question, who gets nutmegged the most in training?
Ooh, Ola Anna.
Who puts in the most effort into training?
Harrison Reed.
And who puts in the least?
Ooh. Probably say Mitro.
Why would you say those two players?
Really, just because he's a busy bee. He's always buzzing around. Before the whistle even goes to start training, he's out there first with a ball, running around, zipping around. Mitro just likes to score goals, so just parks himself in the box and gets there and does his thing.
And who practices the most? Does anyone stay late to do more?
Yeah, quite a lot. Quite a lot of guys. Again, Harrison Reed stays out. Bobby Reed. Hector stays out quite a bit. A lot of the new guys, obviously, because they're trying to integrate themselves, they stay out. But I'd say, yeah, Harrison and Bobby are out there the most.
And in the gym, who does the most bench presses?
That's probably got to be Mitro. He's constantly in the gym, doing upper body and lower body.
Who is the hardest striker to defend against in training?
Mitro. Easy. Yeah. Big body, throws himself about, strong, physical, and wants to score goals. So if you're stopping him, he's not too happy.
Who poses the most in the mirror whilst doing weights?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know that I've seen anybody pose in the mirror. TC likes posing in the mirror, but not while he's doing weights. If I had to guess, it'd probably be Mitro, because he's constantly in the gym and always the only one in there.
And in your group sessions, who's the most encouraging and who takes the mick the most?
Ooh, most encouraging would be Harrison. Takes the mick now. That's a hard one. I'd probably say Bobby. He's always trying little tricks and flicks and trying to catch guys and make them look silly.
What does Harrison Reed do to encourage you in the gym?
What does he do to encourage?
Yeah.
Oh, just a rah guy. He likes to be that guy. Again, goes out on the pitch, buzzing around, constantly spouting encouragement and just pushing guys on to do their best.